Welcome back. You are listening to the Mara Mukonda show on Salam Media. Joining me on the line right now is Appa Farida Mukone, and we are going to be discussing how to guide young Muslim women uh, properly to Islam in this day and age. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Appa Farida, shukran for joining me.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Mariam. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, all well in yourself, Appa.
Allahumma ameen. Everything is well through the qudrat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as wa jalla.
MashaAllah. So, Appa, the modern era, just like the prehistoric era, had its challenges, and Muslim women felt these challenges. We are not immune to them. And although things have changed quite a bit, a lot still remains the same. So, how do we guide young Muslim women into womanhood in this day and age?
First of all, Mariam, in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I greet everyone. We've got so much of the challenges about our youth. And as Muslims at large around the globe, we always have all these challenges. First of all, we need to check and appreciate and accept that without a youth, we are nothing. And we need to check that when we're getting old, we also need them to be next to us. And without a youth, we cannot go forward. We really need each other in this life. And we need each other for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And most of the important things that we can discuss is about love. We need to grow. When they grow, we need to show them love, acceptance, and tolerance. Those are the most important things, and that we need to discuss. When you love unconditionally. And when you love for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. And
Appa Farida? Oh, I think we've just lost Appa Farida there, but all right, we're going to try and get her back on the line. If you have any comments, questions, queries, or suggestions regarding this topic, you may leave them in the comment section below or send them to us on our WhatsApp line. The number is 0617660355. We are discussing guiding young Muslim women into womanhood in this day and age. What are your thoughts? How have you been guided? How are you guiding your young girls into womanhood in Islam? I mean, we have challenges with technology. We have the added pressure that comes from society. We have bullying. We have this and that. It's just so much that is going on. And, we all feel it. We all feel the effects of being a Muslim woman in this day and age. So if you have any comments, leave them in the comment section below and we'll share them on air. All right, my guest for today is Appa Farida Mokone. We've just lost her there a bit, but we're going to try and get her back on the line. So what I find very odd is that Muslim women have, there's Appa Farida. Appa Farida, can you hear me? Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Mariam, I can hear you.
All right, Shukran. Appa, please continue. We were talking about growing or grooming young women into adult womanhood, and you were mentioning about growing them with unconditional love.
Yes, what I was saying is that we must have love, and we must have tolerance and acceptance. One of the things that we need to check regularly to our children when they grow up, especially the girls, we need to show them love so that they can give love. When we teach them how to love, how to take care, then that's when they can start to know and understand themselves. And we bring them patiently close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as well. Remember, when you love, you must love for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You love for the pleasure of Allah, and you make them see through their years that everything that they do Without Allah, they cannot succeed. The love of Allah must be taught, and we must show them with our actions. Because as we forget normally that when we teach children, they also looking upon us, our actions, as something that is very important. You can teach, but once you don't put it into practice, that's when we are failing, because we are their role models. When we speak with them, we must be gentle in speech, you see, and we must not be judgmental. Everyone in this world, we do have our mistakes, and our mistakes, they makes us better people. When we grow, we used to be taught, you know, come mix this, mix masala here, come mix that. There are mistakes sometimes. The food, when they cook, is more chili than what you were expecting. Do not be judgmental. Say, what if we can make it together? Show them, be with them, hear them. And they've got the rights of saying. Most of the time when we groom our girls, we forget that they still have their hearts. They need a tolerance, and they also need to be given an ear. And sometimes we as parents, we want to do the talking most, blah 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 this, blah 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 that. Yes, it's okay, but they still have their chance, and they still have their rights to be heard. And they still have to be a time whereby we as parents, we need to say, what is your opinion on this, so that we can show them next time that they are the mothers of tomorrow. And immediately, if you are upset with something, you start to say some other things without showing love in it. It will take us time to build them. It will really take us time. Most of the time when we go, for instance, to our talims, when we go to our religious conferences, we don't involve them. Most of the time, like for instance, today, I've got this topic today, and then I have to ask my girls, how do you feel about yourself? What is your opinion on this topic? Let us involve them in our things. Let them be part of our lives. Let us be the role models. Always when when it comes to the lead, we only think that men, they can lead. Also the women, they've got so much of the things that they can do, that they are playing a role model. For instance, when you are teaching a boy, you are teaching an individual. But when it comes to teach a girl, you are teaching a nation. Are you still with me, Mariam?
Yes, I'm here, Appa. And we also have this notion of being a parent, or being an adult. I'm right and you're wrong. I'm big and you're small. And there's nothing you can do about it. Instead of giving them a chance to be themselves and to show us what they can do as individuals, whether they are younger or well, whatever the case may be. Like you mentioned, give them a chance to show who they are, and maybe you will learn a thing or two from them as well. Now,
exactly.
Technology plays a very crucial role in our lives today, and as well as in the upbringing of our children. So, how do we incorporate it while still maintaining modesty and respect for oneself and for others?
The love of Allah, Mariam, it's very important. The love of Allah. The love of Allah will always implement the fear of Allah. Right, so that they can be led to the right way. Remember, once you say to your girl, do not do this, do not do this, always do not do this, without you saying, these are the consequences. Teach, with patience. Remember, when we invite people, I normally say, when we invite people, we must invite with wisdom. When we guide them, we must always guide with wisdom. When we teach them the fear of Allah, when we bring them close to Allah, the fear will be there. So that's when they will know, give them a chance of experiencing things, and therefore teach them on top of those things, whereby they will recognize right and wrong. You know, the social media, there are so much of the crucial things that they can even lead them to wrong things. And when you try to intervene as a parent, check how are you intervening. You see, the fear of Allah must always be there. When your child seeing you always when you come in a house, because we are leaders and we are always role models in our house. When you come inside the house, you pass salams, you sit down, you are on your phone. Your child will always do the same. You see, your child will always do the same. Give them a time. They've got their own family time. Tell them how much you love them. Tell them how much you love Allah, so that they can give most of the love and their time to Allah. And teach them the importance of the time that they are spending, so that they cannot spend time in social media and doing the wrong things, because when you say, how much time did you invest in Allah today? What are the gardens today? Teach them that you are planting every day. Teach them and show them that whenever you plant every day without wasting time, one day the fruit is for you. And one day I am with you. I want to taste your fruits. You have to taste my fruits. So most of the time when they spend their time in the social media, it must be most beneficial and train them to be beneficial to others. There is the hadith of our Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam says, the best person, the most best person in the lives of others is the one who is beneficial to others. And when we teach them, they can benefit and use the social media in a correct way. Let us redirect them to the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And let us help them with patience and wisdom to use it wisely and to maintain their time always not being wasted. Because when we teach them about the time that is wasted is never recovered. And of course, we need our youth. Let us look at Talha and all of the Sahaba and the Sahabiya. How did they live their lives? When we always remind them about the Akhirah, and when we always, there are some other things. There's this thing that we when we talk to our children, we saying these horrible things that they are always being scared. Oh, you don't perform your salah, you're going to ban. You see, why don't
punish you?
Allah is gonna punish you, all those, and then they don't see the benefit. We always teach them about the things that make them scared. We don't teach them about the happiness of Jannah. But if we can dwell more of the benefits and the happiness of Jannah, really, this will show them, I want to be a star. In grade 1, let's say in grade 1 or in grade R, everyone is fighting for a star there to get a star. Everyone wants a star there. But if we can take the same strategy that they use in there, I'm going to be given a star, I am a star, and I'm going to be a prefect, and I am going to be a president. That thing, it is implemented in the heart and in the mind. We must teach our children that tell your child when she's still very young that you are one of the Jannatis. And the Jannat is like this. And the Jannah is like this. And the Jannah. Let us reduce in putting fear, too much fear in their hearts. You don't perform your salat, you're going to burn in Jahannam. Jahannam is like this, and Jahannam is like this, and Jahannam is like that. Those things, they make our children to be scared even to talk to us when they make mistakes. My mother is going to tell me that I didn't perform my salah. Give them the tolerance, saying, Mommy, today I didn't manage to perform my salah. Say, okay, my dear, what has made you to perform your salah? Remember that you are one of the Jannatis. Be gentle. You remember that this person that you are speaking with, she's the mother of the ummah. She's the mother of the ummah, you see. So she needs to be there with mind, with heart, and she needs to take her Jannah to the next level and to the next generation, inshallah.
I mean, okay, and Apple, what about with hijab? I know hijab has always been in the spotlight, and Muslim women have always been are always policed of how they should wear their hijab, etc. And we find that some Muslim women go through a process of wearing hijab, from headscarf to burqa to niqab, etc. And we find others who start wearing hijab and then remove it, and it's quite a bit of a challenge. And when we have the media showcasing Muslim women as a terrorist, Muslim women are hiding bombs under their scarves, Muslim women are oppressed, Muslim women are this, Muslim women are that, it kind of also makes it difficult to try and encourage our young girls to wear hijab. So what examples, what advice would you give in regards to wearing hijab?
Confidence. Confidence, Mariam. If a person start to lose confidence, that's where we can get easily distracted in wearing the hijab. And the hijab is not something that can just start all over and a person is just taking the hijab just simple like that. It got its own challenges and there's a lot of peer pressure. Most of the cases you find, let me give an example, in the location where I stay
Mm,
is very big. And our Muslim girls, they are very few. They must have confidence. You understand? You build up her confidence. You build her up her trust. Her trust.
mhm,
Always bring to her. There are some other people that they will emotionally abuse them, and when they are
mhm,
emotionally abused, like for instance for me, it was very hard for me when I was supposed to wear my hijab. Always what you're saying, it is true. People, they will always say, now you are one of the Indians. Tell your child that she's not an Indian, she's a Muslim. Make her understand, teach her very slowly so that she can even have that confidence of teaching others. You understand? Because without any confidence, a person cannot just take it. It goes like grades. Hijab goes like a grade of a school. Now you are in grade one,
mhm,
you are in grade R, you need to graduate, to grade two, you need to graduate up until you go for tertiary university, you're still going to graduate. It goes according to the levels. We are not expecting all of us to be pilots or to be doctors. The little efforts that they are doing, us also, we don't have to be judgmental that you are not wearing your scarf, you don't act like a Muslimah, does and that and that. Close, just close your eyes, open your heart. You understand? Go to them and ask them, how about we do this? Like I said before, you understand? Be with them, be in their shoes. There are a lot of peer pressure there for them. There are a lot of challenges there. There are a lot of things going on that you cannot see behind the curtains. Where they are, you are not there. At their age, you are not there. What they can hear, you cannot even hear. So build up their confidence. Once a person is definitely on her feet and with confidence, she will take out her scarf. She will take up her scarf herself, not by force. Once you forcing things to happen, that's when we're losing it. And once you forcing it,
oh, we just lost Appa Farida. Awkward. But anyways, we are discussing how to groom young women into womanhood in this day and age. And Appa was chatting about the hijab and that it is a challenge getting through it or adorning your hijab. And I'll share with you my challenge, or rather my journey of how I started wearing hijab. Okay, so I went to a Muslim school from grade 7 up until grade 12 until matric. I was at a Muslim school, so obviously, okay. All right. So it's upper your back. I'm not sure what happened there, but please continue.
Yes, I was saying it goes like grades of the school. You can
Mm-hmm.
be in grade 1 and then you are not strong. You go for grade 2, you still not strong. You still need people around you, Mariam, to come
Mm-hmm.
and teach you, you see, and become a role model. Everyone in grade 1, you'll hear your girls will say, I want to be like Madame so and so, my madam, my teacher so and so. You are the role model. As a mother in a house, you want your child to wear your hijab, you start to wear your hijab. It goes
Mm-hmm.
like grades. And love what you are in. Love your Islam. And once you love your Islam as a mother, your children will start to be like you. Do not force. Teach, do
Yes.
not force. Teaching with force, they will only fear you. They're not going to fear Allah. They will only fear you. And remember, when they fear you without fearing Allah, it's a waste of time, Mariam. It's a waste of time. Make them fear Allah. It must come to the heart. A heart to a heart. It makes a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to soften our hearts so that we must teach with hearts. Because teaching only with tongue, it doesn't make a difference. Teaching with heart, it touches all the lives and it makes a very big difference.
I mean, indeed it does. Apa, shukran so much for your time and for the advice that you have just shared with us. I hope that our mothers and sisters and even fathers will take and make use of this advice, inshallah. I mean, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallahu khair, Mariam, for him. Me, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tabarak guide us, inshallah, and grant us Jannatul Firdaus and protect all our youth and make us strong, inshallah. We must hold to the rope of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. That was Apa Farida Mokone giving us advice on how to raise our young girls in this day and age, in this day and age, not age. All right, now as I was sharing my story, well, I started wearing hijab only because I had to attend a Muslim school, and it's part of the uniform. You go to schools, you wear hijab, you wear this long dress, you wear the pants under the long dress, and you wear scarf, and that's part of the uniform. But after school, you just remove it and you leave it aside, etc. So after matric, I went to college and I wouldn't wear hijab, I wouldn't cover. I would have the hairstyles, we were rocking the looks back then. And I had all these hairstyles, and it is indeed a journey. And like Appa said, it's grades. You start from grade 1 and you go up until grade 12. It's not something that you just wear so suddenly. And then maybe some people, yes, alhamdulillah, can do that, but not many, because then you just fall back once again and you'll go back to square one. So just take it one step at a time. And after I enjoyed having all of these hairstyles, and one day I just decided to wear my scarf to college, and everybody looked at me, everybody stared at me, but I was okay being like that. I was okay being different. I was okay standing out from the crowd instead of fitting in. And that's how it started. And that's how I wore hijab from that day until today. And as you can see today, I'm rocking this style, um, this kufi style. Yes, it's all about confidence. It's all about passion. It's all about style, you being yourself, staying true to yourself, and bringing out that person inside of you. And we are your role models. We are here to teach you. Anyways, you are listening to the Mari Mukwanda Show on Salam Media. To stay with us, we will be back after the break.